What are some guy secrets girls don't know about? Sometimes we pee on the poo stains in the toilet because we are too lazy to use the scrub. I don't know who complained, but the way I see we do a fine, great work. Sometimes we don't talk to people because we don't want to intimidate them. I might see a girl with a cool shirt on, but I don't want to make her think I'm coming on to her or something. Rather than freak her out that a 6'6" guy thinks she looks good today, I just leave her alone. Especially if we're on an elevator or something where she can't leave if she actually is uncomfortable. If a guy told me that on my way out of the elevator and explained why he didn't say it while we were still in, I definitely think that's adorable. May even want to see him again. You have no idea how much women appreciate it when men understand how complicated and unsafe the world feels for women a lot of the time. Sex isn't all we want in a relationship. I'd rather be with someone who understands me but only does it once in a while than someone who I have sex with every day but don't connect with emotionally and mentally. Some of us are into things like cooking, cleaning, makeup, fashion, etc. It doesn't necessarily mean we're gay. Please don't tell us to man up. A lot of us were constantly told that growing up whenever we tried to express ourselves, so you saying it will often bring up bad memories. Men can be abused. Men can be raped. Men also tend to be more suicidal because society tells us we're weak if we try to discuss these things. No, we don't enjoy being raped by a hot girl, and we often don't talk about it because people will often straight up tell us we're lying about it if we do. If we haven't carried in all the shopping in one go, we haven't done it right. IDK if other guys feel this too. But I'm always afraid of accidentally making women feel uncomfortable in my presence. For example, when I happen to walk in the same direction as a woman in front of me for a while. And I'm not even interested in women in the first place. This is me all the time. I am brown, not small, and I live in a big city where women are on high alert all the time. So, I go out of my way to slow down, or speed up when walking in proximity to a woman and we're both alone. My wife, mother, and sister have made me aware of my male privilege, and it's all I can think about sometimes, that I might be making someone scared just by being there. I'm not afraid of repercussions for myself. I just never want to make people feel that way. I realize my smiling only helps sometimes, and speaking to them without being spoken to first is jarring sometimes. And it's not all women, but it's clear that most women will never ever feel comfortable in the presence of a man they don't know on the street. No exceptions. I'm sorry that the world is shitty, and that women are often victims of circumstances they don't control. I'm trying, ladies. And I always would interject when a panhandler gets aggressive or let you know when your bag is hanging open. I don't know the solution for this, but I am hyper-aware of it. And I hope one day the world is safe for everyone, not just me. Maybe this is more of a dad's secret, but I don't babysit my own kids. That's called fathering, damn it. My dad served in the Pacific during WW2. A kid from the Bronx, he had never been out of the Bronx in his entire life. Then he got sent to New Guinea. Decades later, as he lay dying in the hospital bed, he told us, as his young friends were being slaughtered by other young men. Just before they died, they always cried for their mothers, never for their fathers, always for their mothers. He said, they were just kids being slaughtered by other kids. And then they died in his arms. Their last words were always, "Where is my mother? Where is my mother? Where is my mother?" Never for their fathers. That affected him for his entire life. And Dad lived a long time. He was the lucky one. My dad fought in Yahoo on the European front and said the same. Guys would always cry out for their mothers. He reinforced how important it was to be gentle and nurturing to a boy. If you compliment my appearance, I'll probably remember forever. I still remember when a girl in college told me I looked nice with my beard when I first grew it out. I've had a beard ever since. We have the magical power of thinking about nothing. Manspreading isn't a sexual thing. We're trying not to crush our balls between our legs. I'm secretly an emotional wreck. I just hide it. As an older man, we don't expect you to look like a supermodel as we age together. Yes, at times, I do see you as I did 30 years ago, and every wrinkle and flaw disappears. Yes, there are times I see every wrinkle and flaw and know how you got every one of them. They are beautiful too. It's not uncommon for us to genuinely think you're beautiful without any makeup. This comment will be buried, but those perfectly round toilets suck. It's super annoying when your junk touches the inside of the toilet bowl. The oval toilets, like in most public toilets, are much better. Your chances of getting what you want out of us are infinitely higher if you tell us directly. I just spent the last hour shouting all of these to my husband in the other room and him replying, "Yep." Bunch of snitches in this thread. When we want to be alone, it's not that we don't want to be around you, it's that we don't want to be around anyone for a bit. If we tie down anything in the back of a pickup truck or trailer, it's physically impossible for us not to stand back and say, "That's not going anywhere." These guy secrets seem to fall into 3 areas: male genitalia, toilet habits, and the lack of psychic powers when it comes to women. Got it. There is no amount of hot sex that will stop us from masturbating as soon as we're alone. It's 2 separate releases and you just filled up the spank bank. We really do think your hair is good. It looked good before and after you got a haircut. It looked good curly and it looked good straight. It looked good when you woke up and when you made it. As long as it's shaped like the hair we gave girls on stick figures when we were 5 years old, we think it looks good. We don't get the hint. Saying, "I almost broke my neck in the driveway" is not the same as asking us to shovel it. In my mind, I'm thinking, thanks for the heads up, I'll be careful. When the penis is flaccid, we sometimes like to stretch it out or tuck it inside our balls for fun. You can squeeze the head of your penis and the tipped lips will move like a mouth and you can talk to it. The panic. When we believe we've either pissed ourselves or have just come on our period, run to the toilet only to realize it was discharge. This is actually a pretty good comparison, both for this example and the fact that some women have larger labia that can shift and get stuck at uncomfortable angles or pinched in undergarment fabric. The "maybe if I shift ever so specifically it'll dislodge" dance is real. If I'm doing an awkward shuffle, I'm probably trying to get an air bubble out of my vaggie. Dogs love to smell our crotches when we're menstruating. It's extremely uncomfortable. As a woman with long hair, I love the feeling of tilting my head back and going swoosh swoosh against my naked back when I'm alone. Swoosh swoosh. Yes. And the hair on top of foot. Not very much hair, but enough that we notice it. And when we get older, it's the plucking of that one chin hair that grows overnight. Our boobs can get somewhat painful before our monthly starts. It is not pleasant. Edit. As you can see in the replies, this varies from person to person. Some feel next to nothing, and others have it so bad they can barely move when it's at its worst.